TFL finally got round to giving names to the London Overground Lines, something which is to be welcomed. As usual, there are various comments on the names, and I just thought, well, I may as well make a comment as well. So you got Lioness, Watford to Euston, Mildmay, Richmond, which is the North London line, Windrush, which is the East London line, Weaver, which is the lines out of Liverpool Street, Suffragette is the Gospel Oak Barking, and Liberty is the Romford Upminster Shuttle. And TFL produced explanations for the reasons behind the names. A couple of things about these is that prior to this, names like, two of the names, Windrush and Suffragette, meant something specific. They only referred to a certain thing. And by naming a overground line after them means that they've effectively lost the freehold to the narrative, as I describe it. So now, from once they introduce the new names, Windrush and Suffragette will now also mean an overground line, in the same way that Jubilee now means a tube line, whereas it was named Jubilee because of the Queen Silver Jubilee in 1977. Now people just think of it as a tube line. It will be same, I think, now with Suffragette and Windrush. As opposed to alternative names, I mean, Windrush could have been called Carnival. The contribution to London after the Notting Hill Carnival, and they could have used the matchmakers' strike as an inspiration instead of the suffragette line. Called it either this is the match girl strike or the matchmakers union, as it later became. The other thing as well, this is the map. And the thing about what will be the Weaver line is that the Chingford Liverpool Street section only has three stations in common: Liverpool Street, Bethnal Green, and Hackney Downs. In my opinion, the Chingford section should have been given its own name. For example, Forest, because it runs through Waltham Forest. And the same goes with what will be the Windrush line. The Windrush should have applied to one or other of the branches, either the South London line to Clapham Junction or the line to West Croydon, and the other line should have had its own name, its own identity, because any disruption, you've still got the same disruption but on a smaller scale. So if something goes wrong at Turkey Street, or people at Chingford are going to get a notification, even though it doesn't matter to them. And all saying will go here, if you've got problems at Clapham High Street, well, people at Norwood don't need to know that. So those are my just couple of thoughts on the namings. Otherwise, I think the naming is a good thing and to be welcomed.